Okay, we're actually only 30 seconds late starting, so that's pretty good. Because we were late finishing the first meeting. Don't forget to silence your phones or anything else that might make noise. Anything for us would go to the Sergeant at Arms, Commissioner Curran. We'll begin as we do with an invocation and a pledge. You're welcome to join us if you wish. The invocation is by Commissioner Volrath, the pledge by Commissioner Majerick, and Dave, when you're ready.
Please bow your heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and all the opportunities it has to offer. Please be with us and guide our hearts and our minds as we come together today to make decisions that affect us all. May we always support one another as we continue to search for the most meaningful ways to serve you and our neighbors. Lord, we thank you for your presence here today, and we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Place the flag and repeat after me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you both. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Al.
Here.
Curran.
Here.
Freeling.
Present.
Harrison.
Here.
Hinkleman.
Here.
Majerick.
Here.
Ott.
Here.
Pitchford. Ballrath.
Here.
Yarborough.
She's coming.
Oh, Elliott.
Here.
Yarborough. Mr. Chair, we have 11 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. We have minutes from a week ago. Haven't heard about any changes. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Moved by Majerick. Is there support? Supported by Ott. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Madam Clerk, have we communications?
Yes, you received 3 communications, an email from Andrew Hahn, Cornerstone Alliance regarding a groundbreaking ceremony for Benton Harbor Waterfront Plaza received on December 13th, an email from Southwestern Michigan Tourist Council regarding top things to do during a Notre Dame football weekend received on December 12th, a resolution from Ingham County Board of Commissioners reaffirming that Ingham County is a welcoming community to immigrants received on December 17th. That's all for communications.
Thank you. We need to take the oath of office so that we're sworn in at a minute past midnight on New Year's Eve. Madam Clerk, you want to do the honors?
Yes.
Probably. You want us to?
All the newly elected from November would please stand. And we're going to do the easy version. So you're going to raise your right hand, and then when I pause, I'm going to go down the list and you're going to say what you were elected for. And then you'll answer the question. And I feel very honored being able to swear you in. This is the last time I will be able to swear many of you who are my friends and my work companions. And God bless you all. So as you read, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of
County Commissioner District 2.
County Commissioner District 5.
County Commissioner District 7. County Commissioner District 3.
County Commissioner District 11.
John?
County Surveyor.
County Clerk?
County Drain Commissioner.
County Treasurer. County Prosecuting Attorney.
County Register of Deeds?
County Commissioner number 1 District.
County Commissioner District 9.
County Commissioner District 8.
County Commissioner District 4.
County Commissioner District 10.
And for the state of Michigan and the county of Berrien, according to the best of your ability.
I do.
We have the forms, And if you want a second copy for your records, I can give you that too.
You have to say
Who's
something.
gonna,
Sworn in by Judge Cotter about a couple weeks ago. I was given to the honor of being right by the University of Michigan sign.
oh,
So I have been
so you're
sworn,
all
in.
set?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
And Julie Werfel, I did swear her in prior.
Before she left.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so I will make sure everybody gets their sheets.
Give me the handshake.
Yeah, we have- If they, I've got another extra set if they want two, one for themselves. There's an extra set, so if they get two of them. Give them.
Have that back page. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, if you flip to the very back of the packets.
We're at the point of receiving public comments about resolutions. There are added resolutions. If you look at the very back of this thick agenda,
Yeah, then go back.
Um,
Sign.
starting with 2417, going through 2015. They're not necessarily in order, but they're, looks like six or seven. So if you have anything to say about the resolutions on the agenda, this would be the time. All right. Having received no comments, we'll move on to the consent calendar. Looking at my copy of the agenda, we have a couple of resolutions on the consent calendar that are honorary. The resolution ending in 2403 and the one ending, well, actually 2410, 2412, and 2011 are all on the consent calendar. We have one individual who's not here today to receive her recognition. But I think we should pull it anyway and give it a full reading. And Dave, I think you have that. So with the consent calendar, is there a motion to approve the consent calendar, but not include any of the honorary resolutions? Moved by Freeling, seconded by Pitchford. Any discussion? All right, with that understanding that all honorary resolutions are being excluded from the consent calendar, is there any discussion about what's left on the consent calendar? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Curran,
Yes.
Freeling,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Finkelman,
Yes.
Najaric,
Yeah.
Ott,
Yes.
Pittsburgh,
Yes.
Walrath,
Yes.
Yarborough,
Yes.
Bell, Elliott.
Yes,
Mr. Chair, you have 11 yeas.
thank you. We'll proceed now to the honorary resolutions. The chair of PHS actually has two. Would you like to lead us off?
That would be my pleasure, Mr. Chairman. First, I'd like to read resolution ending in 2403. This recognizes Lex Winans. Whereas a lifetime resident of the state of Michigan, Lex Winans attended school in St. Joseph and furthered his education at Western Michigan University, where he obtained a bachelor's degree. And whereas he began his career in Berrien County in May of 1997 as a map technician in the Planning Land Description Department, And whereas he spent a portion of that career at the Health Department as an environmental health sanitarian before returning to the Administration Center in the Planning Land Description Department in 2003. And whereas in what would eventually become the GIS Mapping Department, Lex has progressively more responsible experience in the department before becoming the GIS Mapping Director in 2008. And whereas he consistently received good work notices and accolades for the day-to-day work he does for the citizens of Berrien County. And whereas after providing over 27 years of exemplary service, Lex will be retiring at the end of 2024. Now therefore be it hereby resolved that the Berrien County Board of Commissioners thanks Lex Winans for being a true asset to the citizens of Berrien County and wishes him a retirement filled with happiness and good health. Be it further resolved that his life, actions, and contributions reflect great credit upon himself, his family, Berrien County, the state of Michigan, and the United States of America, signed by the Berrien County Board of Commissioners. Sorry.
Can I say a word? Sure. Go ahead.
I like,
Huh?
over here.
Microphone.
The last thing I'll tell you what to do.
First of all, Mr. Doucette, County Board, all my colleagues, I seriously want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Working for Berrien County, the people, for the people, for everybody, this has been an extended family. And I am looking forward to the things that are coming forward in my life, the new experiences and the challenges, but I am very thankful. And seriously, I cannot imagine working at a better place than I have here at Berrien County. So I just want to thank you guys for making this a great experience.
Lex. One last opportunity. The state line, is it moving?
You have to talk to Mr. Powers.
Mr. Chair, we don't have a motion to approve this.
Okay, we've done the ceremonial part. Let's make this official. Moved by Hinkleman, supported by Freeling. Madam Clerk, we're going to dispense with the roll. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's approved.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
So the next resolution is a little different than we've done in a number of years. So this is the one that's ending in 2011. Whereas the Berrien County Board of Commissioners takes great pride in celebrating joyous occasions that mark significant milestones in the lives of its members and their families. And whereas on December 12th, 2024, Commissioner Chuckway Pitchford and his partner Lauren welcomed their son Apollo into the world, a precious addition to their family who symbolizes hope, love, and the promise of a bright future. And whereas the arrival of Apollo is a moment of profound happiness and pride, not only for Commissioner Pitchford and Lauren, but also for their extended family, friends, and colleagues who share in the joy of this special occasion. Now therefore be it resolved that the Berrien County Board of Commissioners, as identified below, extend their heartfelt congratulations to Commissioner Pitchford and Lauren on the birth of their son Apollo, and wishes them abundant blessings, health, and happiness as they embark on this new chapter of parenthood. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall be placed in the official minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting to commemorate this joyous occasion, and that a copy be presented to Commissioner Pitchford and Lauren as a token of our collective admiration, and best wishes, signed by the Bering County Board of Commissioners.
Are you moving that resolution?
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Support.
Moved by Harrison, supported by Bell. And no roll call. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, saying. And it's true, you can get by with very little sleep for months at a time, so. Okay, we'll go to the next honorary resolution. Commissioner Volrath.
Thank you, Chair. Dated December 19th, 2024. Resolution number B 2412025. Whereas Sarah Jane Blurton began her career in public service as a switchboard operator 2 for the sheriff's office on December 27th, 1999. And whereas in reflection of the great quality of her work, she has received numerous promotions through the years, both from on the job under the sheriff's office and then when it became a county department. And whereas her leadership of the department was acknowledged when she was promoted to the position of Communications Center Supervisor and ultimately as the Quality Assurance Supervisor in August of 2020. And whereas in 2024, Sarah Blurton was named the Dispatcher of the Year. And whereas she has committed herself to serving both the citizens and first responders of Berrien County for the past 25 years with a high quality of work and always looking for ways to improve not only herself, but dispatch processes and protocols. And whereas she has willingly trained a multitude of staff and members and continued to coach and mentor them, became their best selves. And whereas most importantly, Sarah is known throughout the first responder community as the calming voice on the other side of the radio, and will do everything she can to assist them and help them make it home safe to their families. And whereas as Sarah enters the next chapter of her life, retirement, it is appropriate to honor her for her great contribution to Berrien County and its citizens. Now therefore be it resolved, Berrien County Board of Commissioners thanks Sarah Jane Blurton for being a true asset to the citizens of Berrien County and wishes her a retirement filled with happiness and great health. Be it further resolved that her life, actions, and contributions reflect great credit upon herself, her family, the first responder community, Berrien County, the state of Michigan, and the United States of America, and signed by the Board of Commissioners. And I move to, yes,
Is there
absolutely.
support? Supported by, so moved by Volrath, supported by Ott. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. No, she's not here. That's why we didn't stand, because she wasn't here to see it, so. Okay, we are 3 down and 2 to go. Madam Chair of Finance, I understand you wish to be heard.
I do. I would like to present to the Board of Commissioners Resolution B 2412412, December 19th, 2021.
What 2024?
No,
Got a typo in it.
oh, good. I didn't see it like 2021. It is 2021, but it is 2024. And it'll be corrected.
We'll fix it, Sharon.
Whereas Sharon J. Tyler served in the County Economic Development Department from 1981 to 1997. And whereas she was elected to the office of the Michigan House of Representatives, representing the 78th District for 2 consecutive terms through 2012. And whereas Sharon has served as the Berrien County Clerk since taking office in January of 2013. And whereas she's been instrumental in updating, streamlining and improving the services offered by the clerk's office for Berrien County residents, including digitizing court records so they could be viewed online. And whereas she became the first clerk from Berrien County to be named the president of the Michigan Association of County Clerks in 2021. And whereas when an early voting initiative was approved by a statewide ballot proposal in 2022, she led her staff to flawlessly provide easy, accessible, and convenient options for the voters of Berrien County that wanted to vote early, all while ensuring the security and integrity of the election. And whereas she has continuously championed the needs of her staff and advocated on their behalf throughout her 3 terms. And whereas in a tireless effort to continue improving her skill set as a public servant, she earned the Certified County Officer Award in 2024 from the United County Officers Association. And whereas the actions of Sharon J. Tyler echoed the mission of Berrien County by providing leadership, cooperation with all units of government, sound fiscal management, and planning, thereby promoting public safety, health, well-being, and prosperity in order to improve the quality of life for present and future generations. Now, therefore, be it hereby resolved that the Berrien County Board of Commissioners formally recognizes Sharon J. Tyler for her service and dedication in the role of clerk for the citizens of Berrien County. Be it further resolved that Sharon's life actions and contributions reflect great credit upon herself, her family, Berrien County, the state of Michigan, and the United States of America, signed by the Berrien County Board of Commissioners.
Oh, I give you a picture. Yes. you have. Can I say a couple words?
Let us make this official
Okay.
first.
Okay, done, yes.
Madam Chair of Finance, I take it you were moving the adoption of
I
that
make that
resolution,
motion.
I'm supporting.
and it's being supported by Commissioner Freeland. So
Yes.
moved by Yarborough, supported by Freeland. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Now, Madam Clerk.
Many of you don't know when I really actually started the county. I was a co-op at St. Joe High School and started in 1976, before Commissioner Bell and Pittsburgh were probably even born. And I became a full-time employee. The other part was I took the next job into economic development, which was with the Twin City Area Chamber of Commerce. And there was a contract by the county to do economic development for the county. And it was still under Berrien County, but controlled by Twin City Area Chamber. Well, the South County got mad at the North County because we were not getting any economic development projects. So we moved it all back to the county to create your economic development department today. The interesting part was I was the one after the Southwestern Planning Commission created the EDA grant for the revolving loan fund. And I administrated the revolving loan fund when it was transferred. So I have a lot of history, and my name is going to be in the documents for years. And thank you. It's been an honor to serve the county.
Thank you, Sharon. Just as a postscript, I remember working with Sharon when she was in the Economic Development Department. We had the office down in Stevensville on the property that we ended up selling, I think, to Lico, and then they sold it to Meyer. So been a few years.
Yeah, a few years.
Okay, we have one more ending in 2410. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can read it. Berrien County Board of Commissioners Resolution B 2412-410, December 19, 2024. Whereas born in Illinois Sterling R. Schrock grew up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and attended Northern Michigan University, graduating in 1974. And whereas he went on to attend the John Marshall Law School in Chicago, Illinois, graduating in 1977, and was admitted to practice law in both Illinois and Michigan. And whereas his legal career began in the United States Navy in the Judge Advocate General Corps, where he served at duty stations in San Diego, California, and Great Lakes, Illinois. Whereas after completing his service in the United States Navy and serving as an assistant state's attorney in Illinois, he moved to Berrien County, where he became an assistant prosecuting attorney. And whereas he had a successful career in private practice for 20 years before being appointed to the bench in 2008. Whereas Judge Sterling R. Schrock has served in both the criminal and as civil presiding judge, and is currently serving in the civil division of the Berrien County Trial Court. And whereas he is a member of the State Bar of Michigan, the Berrien County Bar Association, the Michigan District Judges Association, the National Association of Drug Court Professionals, and he serves on the State of Michigan Mental Health Court Advisory Board. And whereas he has been a presenter at the Michigan Judicial Institute, training and consulting regularly on issues related to the state of Michigan's Swift and Sure Sanctions Program, which he founded in Berrien County. And whereas Judge Schrock will be retiring at the end of the year. Now therefore, be it hereby resolved that the Berrien County Board of Commissioners thanks the Honorable Judge Sterling R. Schrock for being a true asset to the citizens of Berrien County and wishes him a retirement filled with happiness and good health. Be it further resolved that his life, actions, and contributions reflect great credit upon himself, his family, Berrien County, State of Michigan, and the United States of America. This resolution has been signed by all members of the board, and I move its adoption. Supported by Freeling. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Out of the doorway?
That was something may have happened when the prosecutor and the train commissioner were all sworn in today. Is that the daughter and the daddy?
Oh, yeah.
Chatted briefly with Judge Schrock before we began. I reminded him of a conversation we had in his office many years ago, over 10. Somehow we got on the subject of dogs. And we had 2 English shepherds who were brothers and had lost one. It was very painful. We tried to save him down at Purdue and couldn't. And Judge Schrock mentioned that he had lost a dog some years prior, and the dog's name was Dusty. He mentioned that he had Dusty's ashes at home. I know how that works. We've done that. And that when his time comes, when he passes, Dusty's going with him. And when I left that day, I said to myself, Pete Schrock's a good man. Anyone who loves his dog, there's something inside that's really good. So I didn't mean to embarrass you by sharing that, but I know Dusty will be with you when the time comes. And thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you. Thank you, Mac. Chairman Elliott, Mr. Doucette, members of the commission, Clerk Tyler, elected officials,
I truly appreciate the resolution, and it is an honor and a privilege to have served the citizens of Berrien County. And I've received other thanks for the service that I provided, but as I said on at least one prior occasion, it isn't folks that I've served who should be thanking me. It is me who should be thanking them for being granted the honor and the privilege. So if you have an opportunity to speak to your constituents, I would appreciate if you would pass along to them my thanks for the honor and privilege that they granted me to serve the citizens of Berrien County now for 16 years. It has truly been the culmination of a legal career that is beyond my ability to describe. I think the honor and the privilege to serve people is one of the highest honors that we can fulfill, as you all are. And it is a privilege that goes beyond words. There are so many people that I should be thanking that I can't name them all here today, but the number one person in my life that I need to thank is here with me today, and that's my wife, Joanne. And I want to also thank my colleagues who have supported me for 16 years and who have created one of the best courts in the state of Michigan and will continue to serve this community as one of the best courts in the state of Michigan. So thank you very much. I appreciate this. Is an honor and a privilege for me. And it has been, as I said, an honor, a privilege to serve. Thank you.
We had one other resolution that may have been folded into the consent calendar, but I want to make sure we specifically address it because it pertains to an outstanding individual who has been associated with the county for some time. That individual's name is Thor. Speaking of canines. Mr. Chair of Admin, do you mind if I read this?
No, not at all, Chair. Go ahead.
Okay. To the Honorable Board of Commissioners of Berrien County, Michigan, your County Administration Committee respectfully recommends approval of the following resolution. And by the way, this is A 2412417. Whereas the Berrien County Sheriff's Office has an employee, a canine named Thor, who is retiring, I'm paraphrasing here a little, from all public safety services. And whereas Deputy Matthew Grimm, who is the current handler, would like to purchase Thor from the sheriff's office as his pet. Are you Jenny's son?
Yes, sir. I am.
Okay. That's it. Tell her hello.
Will do.
And whereas the sheriff's office wishes to sell Thor to Deputy Grimm for the sum of $1. Now therefore, be it hereby resolved that the Berrien County Board of Commissioners authorizes the sheriff to sell Thor to Deputy Matthew Grimm for the sum of $1 on the condition that Thor shall remain retired from public safety services. The resolution was signed by all members of the Administration Committee. We did approve it on the consent calendar. If you're agreeing by acclamation, we will approve it again right now. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Congratulations, Matt.
Thanks, sir.
Mr. Chair, if I can, just
Yes,
to acknowledge Deputy Matt Grimm. Matt's been a canine handler for a little over 5 years. He made the decision. We had an opening when Deputy Jenny Newman retired from the court in court security. Matt has taken on that role starting yesterday.
Yeah,
Monday.
Tuesday.
And we're appreciative of that. Matt's also a member of our tactical response unit, so brings some great skills to our service at the courthouse, and we welcome him there. But unfortunately, as a court officer, we're going to be retiring Thor And thankful for that. So I've got the copy of the resolution and I'll be giving Matt his dollar to pay for it.
Thank you.
But if we can, real quick, I know the full agenda.
Sure.
Back in August, you'll remember we were here and Matt was not able to be here, but he was recognized for a life-saving award, and I'll just read it briefly. Life-saving award is presented to you with honor and gratitude for your actions on July 26, 2024, when you responded to a report of an in-progress domestic violence call in Benton Charter Township. You began dialogue and negotiations with an armed suicidal subject, immediately allowing other officers to get a pregnant female and one-year-old child to a secure location. Ultimately, the suspect surrendered. Your rapid response, decisive intervention, and calm demeanor were crucial in preventing the loss of life, August 21st. So Matt has kind of dodged this for a while. We thought what a better. You're welcome to say something.
I'm all set.
Well, I know you'll be disappointed to hear that that's it for the resolutions today. Some of you, I'm sure, have places to go, appointments to keep, miles to go before you sleep and all of that. We understand if you need to head out. We'll pause for a moment. You're welcome to stay, but if you need to go, we get that. Who was that? Was that him? All right, we'll pick up where we left off. We have committee reports. Madam Chair of Finance, would you like to lead off?
Yes, I would. We approved our minutes. We had no we had no bid openings. We had no waivers. We did have a wonderful report from the clerk's office year-end review. County Clerk Sharon Tyler, this is your last few days. And she was accompanied by our new county clerk, Stacy Laura Porter. And they had a wonderful paper that they passed out to us with Exhibit 1, Exhibit 2, comparing our pay rates and different things with other counties of our size, and just wonderful, interesting things that clerk had done and caused to happen with the early voting, and just very, very interesting. We had an opportunity to ask questions, and I wish you much success as Marion County Commissioner, District 12. And I welcome you, ma'am, as the new county clerk. Then we had, do we have a report from? No, Brian, you left us. Did you come back?
He did not.
I did not come back. The one
Okay.
thing that I'd asked was that we tentatively plan a finance committee meeting for the 30th.
Okay. Oh, yeah, in case we have to come back
Yeah, just to close out the year.
to sign something or whatever. And let me just see what else. That was our meeting.
Questions for finance? Mr. Chair of PHS.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We also met this morning. We had several resolutions that were reviewed and approved. You'll see at a later date. And then also we talked through four different board appointments. You want me to do those now, Mr. Chair? Or
Sure.
so the first was we have a vacancy on the Mental Health Authority. And the applicant was Michael Majerick. The Sheriff's Department's completing their background investigation into some of his past behavior. But assuming that goes positive, we would recommend him to fill a vacancy expiring in March 31st of 2026. Then we also have reappointments, several reappointments. One is Dick Stoffer, the other is Marge Durham Hyatt to the Southwest Michigan Planning Commission for terms expiring December 31st of 2026. Then reappointment of James Bednar and Anthony Corican to the Parks and Recreation Commission, terms expiring January 1 of 2028. And then reappoint Dennis Wiley to the Soldiers and Sailors Relief Fund Committee, term expiring December 7th of 2027.
And you move all of those
I do move
appointments?
those, Mr. Chair.
Is there support?
Support.
It's moved by Harrison, supported by Pitchford. I think this takes full board action. So all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Those appointments are effective immediately, except for Commissioner Majerick, which will be effective 1 January.
May I,
Ma'am.
may I say something? I realized we too had appointments and, oh, that's the paper, and that's what we need to vote on.
Do you want to do them now, or were you done?
Other than we did have the pleasure of the board chair and the administrator meeting with us to talk through critical issues. But that concludes my report.
Thank you. Now, Madam Chair of Finance, do you wish to address the
Yes,
appointments?
there were recommendations by Personnel and Human Services Committee, and some things we'll need to look at. But then there were recommendations by the Finance Committee. And so we would like to appoint Donovan Kelly for Materials Recovery Facility Operator, Kim Hainberg for Compost Facility Operator, Materials Management and Planning Committee, reappoint Rachel Bernard and William Smith for the Public Works Board. And the term expires December 31st, 2027. And then reappoint Rodney Krieger on the Planning Commission, and his term expires 12/31/2027. So that is a motion. that I
Thank you.
make.
He's been on there quite a while, hasn't he? Yeah.
This will be his 30th year.
Wow.
Oh, my, we'll have a resolution next.
And we might want to recognize that.
Yes, absolutely.
Support.
Thank you.
Discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Those appointments are all effective immediately.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Chair of Admin.
Thank you, Matt. First in to see us this morning was Don Trail. And Don said they run about 4,500 work orders a year. He's slightly ahead of that, but they're getting a lot of work done. He went over the deferred maintenance projects list, those that are completed, those that are in progress, and they are making progress. After Don, Ashley was in from Animal Control, and she talked to us about numbers. Personnel, she's okay on full-time. She's down a few on our part-time and volunteers, so if you know somebody that likes to work with animals, please have them get a hold of Ashley. Don stayed in the room while Ashley gave her update to us because they had an issue with the wiring in the wash bay. When they installed the electrical box, it was not a waterproof box. So it faulted, it caused smoke and that kind of thing. When they opened up the box to get inside, look at the wiring, they were, they found roaches and lots of them inside that box. So Don stayed and talked to us about the remediation of the roaches as well as Brian. And in combination between the two, apparently they're using the wash bay for kind of like overflow. And what they're telling us is that they are outgrowing the building and they need to add on. She said they need roughly space for another 30 dogs. And that equates to about 12,000 square feet. So Brian is in the process now working with Ashley and Don on getting some estimates on what it would cost to add on to the animal control building. Any questions? Brian, you have anything to add?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
We
thank
don't have
you.
any.
We'll go to commissioner report. We'll go clockwise for commissioner reports.
No report other than I just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope you have all the blessings of the season. So Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Here, you can use this one. I'll grab you a different one. Oh, there it is. It's working. The only thing I have to report is, I attended the, Mental Health Authority Board meeting with Commissioner Majerick, and, a couple of things. We had an update on what their, communications and IT team is doing to further engagement and, interaction with public, and partners in the community. And they're trying to find better ways to reach the younger population of the people that we serve in the mental health world. And then also there was a dispute at the last SWIMBA board meeting, which maybe Commissioner Madera can speak more to. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole thing, but kind of generally, there was a dispute, some board governance issues going on there where our CMH directors are not being given a fair opportunity to voice their opinion on some of the things happening in our mental health systems across the state. So, like I said, maybe Commissioner Majerick can speak more to that, but us as a board, we're still trying to wrap our heads around the whole thing, and we'll receive more updates in the next coming month or so when they meet again. That's the only report I have.
Just a reminder to the commissioners to turn in you received 2 envelopes, one for the county administrator evaluation, the other for the corporate counsel. So I urge you to put those up in my mailbox, and I'll be in gathering those and compiling.
I just want to express my deepest, most heartfelt gratitude for the board for honoring Apollo. It was a tough birth. It was a tough few days at the hospital, but I have to give my hat off to Lakeland and how they kept not only Lauren alive, but they kept Apollo alive. They worked around the clock to make sure that he was able to survive. The nurse looked at me after he was born and said, "You should pray." And everyone in the room locked arms and we prayed together. And they came not 15 minutes later and said he survived. So if there's any non-believers, anybody that's been struggling, God is real. He is real, and I saw him face on that floor praying. The real star in all of this, and someone to keep in your heart, is Lauren. She is recovering right now. I've been taking on the brunt of the baby duties, and I wanted to do that because her biggest fear in life was childbirth, and she made it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Amen.
I attended the executive level committee meeting for the 500 Circle building, the one down in Buchanan. I attended the Southwest Michigan Planning Commission. We awarded our Graham Woodhouse recipient, which was the Smart Park in Cassopolis. That's the one that MEC and the U.S. Department of Commerce, I think it was, that was in attendance. Very expansive project. It was very nice. I just want to take a minute to thank Commissioner Majerick. Mike, I've enjoyed working with you. Between your district and mine, we pretty well blanketed the Niles area, and I appreciate everything you've done. And I want to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. It's been a pleasure serving with you. And I welcome Sharon because she's going to be taking over that District 12 spot. So we'll have Niles covered. The last thing that I want to inform the board, and Brian, you haven't heard this yet. This is the first for you. I think we're going to ask the road department to keep track of maybe some traffic flows down in Niles because of what MDOT did at M51 and Third Street with US 12. If you on your phone Google directions from, say, Merritt Elementary School, and you want to go to St. Joe, Google doesn't recognize M51 or Third Street as being able to turn left. So their directions, they will take you down Bell all the way to Bond and get you onto US 12 at Bond. And Bond it's more dangerous now than it was. And that's not where people should be going. So one thing that I think we want to have the road department keep track of is accidents that are going to occur at Bond and 12. I know they've already increased, and routing traffic onto Bell Road where they should be on M51. My personal opinion is MDOT should reimburse us for what they're doing to our roads. I've already talked to the road department about Third Street between Niles city limits and US 12 because they rerouted so much of that traffic onto that stretch of road. It is terrible. And we don't have the money. The road department says we can't do it. So I said, well, we should ask MDOT to pony up some money to get those roads fixed. So we'll keep an eye on that. And if you're down south of US 12 and you Google anywhere directions to come up north, it won't take you on Third Street or M51. It'll run you all the way down to Bond because there's only 3 ways between M51 and the St. Joe River. There's only 3 roads, and that's Bond, Third Street, and M51. So anyway, and then I want to wish all my colleagues here a Merry Christmas. Have a good New Year, and we'll see you guys next year.
Dave, before you start, Jim, do you think the Google system still in its computer brain believes there's construction still going on with the bridge removal and such, and that's why it's routing traffic basically like a detour?
I didn't get that impression when I looked at the diagram that it gave me. It wasn't going there at all, and it wasn't showing construction. Now, I went home and on my home computer, I did MapQuest. MapQuest does recognize the U-turn. So it was taking you down, but doing Google on my phone did not.
Interesting.
Dave? We had our CAD meeting Tuesday, and last month we had a presentation by Tyler, and we had, probably 50 to 60 our police chiefs and fire and everybody in attendance for that presentation. And they did give us 2 options that Tyler and our IT department have been working on cost-wise, because that's what everybody was looking for. I don't want to get into all the costs because, they were still a long way off. I think there's a lot of them that really, really want it, and some of them wonder why we're doing it. And so there's a police meeting tomorrow with the chiefs. I think there's some of them are pretty adamant about getting this, just for safety reasons and things. And others, I'm not sure. Option 1 is a full mobile CAD. And that was going to be more costly, mostly because our IT was going to have to be involved to the tune of about $100,000 to $150,000. And we're going to have to figure out where those costs are going to go. But until we get a good idea, because the costs they gave us were based on everybody participating. And we know that's not reasonable. So once we do get a good idea how many are going to join, then we can get a better idea from Tyler, say, okay, this is what we have. Where do those costs go now? But everybody that was there at the meeting yesterday was pretty, they were a little happy, I guess, because the money that they thought it was going to cost is not near as much. So, there may be some that will jump on now thinking that the cost is much less, but we'll find out in a while, a few weeks and months, and see how it goes. But that's where the CAD stands right now. So we'll meet again once we get some better ideas. That's my report. Oh, I'd just like to thank Mike too, because we came in at the same time. We've had 8 years together. Ezra and Donnie came in. We all 4 came in at the same time, and And you guys are all gonna leave me now, but, we had a great, we all four went to the new commissioner school together, because we all met for the first time up in Kalamazoo at the new commissioner school, so, that was pretty neat, but enjoyed the years, Mike, and I wish you the best, and I know you'll stay involved, because you're concerned and you're a good citizen. Thank you.
No official report. Like everyone else, I like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It was great working with Mike. Welcome, Sharon. I have one big hope for this year still, which is Notre Dame being blown out Friday. And I'm very excited for a inauguration that's gonna happen January 20th. So.
Just heard Paul Bailey.
Right?
We had Brownfield last week, and everything's on schedule. Modern Plastics, they kind of found more hazardous waste than anticipated, so they're going back to the planning board. But everything else looks good. Speedway is reevaluating when they're gonna start that project out there, but everything else is set. And I did attend the Riverwood meeting last night. And as Commissioner Bell said, they don't know what's going on there right now with SWIMBA. And it's gonna be a time before they're doing a lot of closed meetings that everybody's kind of outside looking in. And they have to make some decisions there. So, I mean, everything's good. They have the money and such like that. SWIMBA is gonna be down this year quite a bit, but Riverwood is good. So that's my report.
Just briefly, I too am gonna miss serving with you, Commissioner Majerick. It's always been a pleasure, and look forward to staying connected in the future. Looking forward to having Sharon Tyler come and join the board and serving with her in the new year. I too attended the executive meeting for the 500 Circle, which Commissioner Kern had already reported out on that. I think our next meeting on that is going to be in February toward the end. And ours is just kind of a high level. So if there are things that we as commissioners want as guideposts, as we're planning core development, get those ideas to us. It's myself, Commissioner Kern, Commissioner Yarbrough, and Commissioner Warfel. No, just the Harrison. I am so sorry. I knew there were 4 of us. I just couldn't remember. So if you have ideas, or certainly getting them to our administrator, we'd welcome that. Southwest Michigan Planning Commission, Commissioner Kern already reported out on that one. And I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year.
I attended, I forgot the name of the property, Waterfront. A groundbreaking for the area that's going to be made into a path, a walkway, a park, quite know what, but a green space. That's right by the Imogene Hall Flats. And what was, I don't know why I haven't been struck by this before, but the agencies and all that were connected in that groundbreaking. When you looked at it, it was like, if we did all things together like this, this is what can happen. And it was the Cornerstone Alliance, Marion County, City of Benton Harbor, Avon Marsh. No, they're the golf course. Probably what, and the reason I said this because of Chris Cook, but Harbor Shores involved. It's all, it's all connected, and that's how we need to work to get things done. And we had, Marion County had some money from a grant, and what they did was requested that it be changed and moved and be able to be used for something else, because it's been there, going on 2 years. And they were already there with the dirt, with the movers, and they're going to work on it as much as they can in this weather. And by spring, early summer, it will be done. And that they're hoping there will be activities, and it's so close to everything, and wonderful parking, and connects us, and it's just a good a good thing to do and a good place to be. So look forward to what they use it for and have suggestions, because it is not a park for the building, it's a park for the community, a park for Berrien County. So I was pleased to be there and to be able to turn the dirt over. That's all that I have. Happy holidays to everyone, and thank you again so much for your concern and your communication and flowers and all to me. I thank you.
Thank you. I don't have a report per se. I wish to echo the sentiments about Michael.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure working with you. Glad you're going to stay with the Mental Health Authority. Sharon's retirement is certainly deserved, but the good news is we get to continue seeing you every Thursday. Wish you all blessed holiday, and for your little guy and for his mom as well. And go Irish.
There's a meeting. There is a meeting today, Land Bank at 1 o'clock in this room.
Okay. You have anything?
Yeah, so just real quickly to the board, again, a reminder to the Finance Committee, we're looking at the 30th. We will get a reminder out to all of you, get an agenda, and then get a time scheduled for the Finance Committee closeout of the year. And then for tonight, all of you, is just a reminder, if any of you are able to attend, there is a holiday party at the Juvenile Center out in Berrien Springs, and that starts at 6 p.m.
Is that meeting, actual meeting, is it Zoom? Is it if something falls down?
It's just to close out the fiscal year, and it would only be the Finance Committee that would be required. And if it's in person, I have yet to give it any thought, so I will get you an answer.
Okay, I don't have anything to do, but.
Mr. Chair, just hoping to point out the small bags that were dropped off.
Oh, yeah.
By the extension office.
Yep,
And
so.
there's some real hot chocolate mix in there.
From Michigan State Extension.
Before general
So
public
there's no
comments,
sugar
I
in
just
here,
wish
is
to
there?
acknowledge
Oh, yeah.
that the
There is.
Real sugar.
Register of Deeds and Treasurer have been with us for the duration, and so now, general public comments. Anyone wish to be heard? You know where the microphone is. Name and town, if you wish to opine. Yeah, I'm back. Counselor Hager.
I gotta compliment you guys on the road commission, or, well, excuse me, the road department. So I called those guys up and they're out there within about 48 hours, you know, good job. I live on a dirt road dip, you know, got rain come down from this side and got all these potholes. And they come out there, call them about once, big dude, they do a good job. Anyway, I got a notice from my Social Security. Says we review Social Security benefits each year to make sure that you keep up with the cost of living. They use the word cost of living, not inflation, trying to get around that. Your Social Security benefits will increase 2.5% in 2025. Now, my taxes went up, I think I told you this before, 5%. And on my check's gonna be 2.5% more. Now what the hell's going on? Yeah. You get it? I can't believe you're pulling this. I wish those people, I hope more people, but listen to what I gotta say here. There aren't too many people that figure this out. 5% compared to 2.5, so twice as much, right? I'm doing the math for you. This is ridiculous. Were you barking at me? So you think about it, you know, they don't use their inflation anymore because they found out that food and gasoline or energy costs more than the regular inflation. That's what drove it up. So they had to come up with a different word, right? So they come up with cost of living.
2 minutes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Peltzer. Anyone else wish to be heard? Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Once again, I just want to send out a reminder that I will start heading out to local municipalities January 8th. I'll be visiting a number of them in the community to help those with delinquent taxes, avoid foreclosure, avoid the forfeiture fees and such. I'll be going out in January, February, and March, 2 to 3 times a week heading out. So hopefully we can avoid a number of the foreclosures that we take possession of. I also want to wish a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I look forward to working with you again in 2025. All the best to Sharon in her semi-retirement and working with you again as a commissioner. All the best to you, Mike, Commissioner Majerick. It's been a pleasure. So thank you.
Thank you, Shelley. Does anyone else wish to be heard? All right. No? Okay. All right. Other business. Anybody have any? Remember, we're closed Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. We'll be back. No, so don't, 2nd of January, I think is when we come back. God be with you all. Merry Christmas.